This shit ain't nothing to me, you stupid piece of shit.
I'm ready. Hit him with that SpongeBob riff off the jump. I'm ready. Banger, dude. Yeah, just came. Yeah, so this is actually shot the same day, man. I just came back from the audition. I said I was going to go back for callback.
Sean, last time we spoke,
yeah, it was feeling pretty good. Had a callback, went to that callback. Feel real bad now, eh?
wow, show me what that mouth do.
Oh, I showed them what that mouth do, and they hated it.
They didn't like the line read.
They did not like my riff of my BBWs. They didn't like my BBWs. They didn't like my porn. They were like, we don't want you to say anything.
Did they not laugh at my BBWs?
Dude, they told me before I started. They were like, so what you ad-libbed in there, like very creative. We just don't want to. So we don't want any big reactions. We don't want any comedic play. We just want natural, and we want you to be kind of disappointed like this. So I couldn't have been like, my BBWs. Which also was not part of the script. I threw that in there of my porn, and they were like, what the? My buddy shooting with me was like, don't do that. I was like, I'm going to fucking do that.
Great riff.
Yeah.
It's weird that, because I think it's relatively harmless. Big, beautiful women.
BBWs, instantly funny.
People clam up, but it is one of the funniest ones to bring up.
Motherfucker, I'm calling them beautiful.
Yeah, they're big, beautiful women.
Oh, yeah.
What, they ain't big?
They ain't big. I'm looking at them.
I'm saying, look, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but that's a big woman.
They ain't big shit. They ain't sat on your face. They sat on my face.
There's two things I know about her. She's big, she's a woman. I'm saying she's beautiful.
And she's goddamn beautiful.
That's a beautiful big woman.
That is a beautiful big woman, and she sat on my face, and that's why my nose is squished against the side of my cheek.
She sat on my face, I turned into a cartoon. She sat on my face.
Face flattened.
Sat on my face. My head got small. My hands got big.
Shit, after she sat on my face, they call me Flat Stanley. She bum dropped onto my face.
My bones are gone. My boner's good.
Yep, all the blood went directly from my face right down to my dick.
Who's the biggest woman you've ever been with?
I don't want to do this.
Come on.
I don't want to do this. She's big. I've been with a big girl before.
How much she weigh?
Me?
No, her.
Her? I don't know. For girls, it's always weird. Girls are condensed. Do you know what I mean?
They are compact.
Girls are compact. Like, it's crazy. I'll be with a girl who I think is, like, in great shape and, like, 5'2". This is so long ago. But, like, in good shape and is 5'2". And they'll be like, I'm 150 pounds. And I'm like, I couldn't tell. You're, like, jacked.
And you can't go. Good. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot for yourself.
I'm like, man, you got some heavy bones. Like, I'm like, that muscle weighs a lot.
Damn, girl, you big boned.
That's also not, but that's just like, it's
Girls
weird.
always weigh more than you think.
Girls always way more than you think.
Yeah.
I one time, this was years ago, was hooking up with a girl on a couch, and I tried like picking her up to go to her room, and I was like, oh no.
Can't grunt.
Oh, brother. Brother, she was like sitting on my lap, and I thankfully I like tried standing up, and I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I was like, I am going to blow out one of my knees. I'm going to have an NBA injury if I try doing it.
And it's always really slight girls when you pick them up. They're like, wow, you're so strong. And you're
it's
like,
no.
You weigh nothing. And then
you weigh like 150.
You try to pick up
nothing.
a girl that is like, in your mind, the same size. And you're like,
dense. Jesus Christ.
But then after that, you got to like try to play cool and like slide on top of her and go, ooh, let's actually stay here. My hip
I remember one girl wouldn't let me pick her up.
Really?
Yeah, I'd be like, "Come on," and she'd be like, "No." She's like,
some random woman.
She's like, I'm, and she had a very nice body, was in good shape and everything, and she was like, she's like, I'm like 170.
It's
like
an 86-year-old woman in a food court.
It's me going, "Come on, no, let me pick your ass up. No, come on, girl, come on.
No, not for me.
No, come on.
No.
Yeah, me going, no, come on, Nine. I'll bring you back to my room.
No.
Nine, come on.
She just got her plate of Taco Bell.
No. Stop.
You're so heavy.
Whoa.
You're so heavy, Nona.
Oh, my God. Chupacabra. I'm picking up heavy. Chalupa girl,
She starts
eh?
blushing.
No. Apparently, chalupa is now slang in Mexico for what they call a fat girl.
What's a gordita?
I don't know what a gordita is.
That's also fat girl.
Is it a fat girl?
I think so.
Gordita is a fat girl?
Yeah.
I don't know. Gordita. I don't know what gordita is, but shit, I'm getting hungry.
Give me that gordita chalupa.
Give me that fat girl.
Give me that fat girl.
No, I don't know. I've been with a big girl before. I've been with a birthday bitch before. I've been
wake up in the morning. She goes, "What do you want for breakfast?" I go, "Well, usually some Brussels sprouts."
She goes, "What do you want for breakfast?" And I go, "Look, I'll probably have a third of what you're having."
What do you want for breakfast? I'll eat whatever falls out of your mouth. that'll be huge.
Whatever catches in your trough, I'll just have the leftovers of. I have. I've been with a big girl. I had no regrets. Had no regrets. Slept with her, and then the next morning woke up, looked over, went, "Man, that's a big girl." And then I went, "Shit, I'm gonna do it again."
Yeah, dude. As a guy that's
the face.
Always been into big. I like big girls. It's very funny when I'm like, "Ooh, she's really pretty," and then I look at like who else is in competition, and it's just ripped black dudes.
They can definitely pick her up.
I'm looking around, and it's all like gym bros, like from the black guys from the gym, and I'm like, "All right, fellas, best man wins."
May the best man win. And they all start running towards.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh fuck!
And they get there so much faster than me.
Oh yes,
and
yes.
And I get there later, and then I'm like, I really hope she thinks I'm funny, because if not, I am done.
Immediately, some dude pulls up beside, and all you hear is "walk on," and you're like,
yeah.
"Oh fuck, I'm so cooked."
And
all right.
I'm just like, "Come on, Cedric. Come on, Cedric. Give a guy a chance."
Come on, man. Yeah. I don't know.
We're in a golden age of big girls.
Big girl, dude. As long as the face is pretty.
I mean, that applies to anybody.
Well, I would argue though the face. I would argue the face is the most important feature.
Well, number one, the eyes are the window to the soul.
Oh,
so the eyes are very important. But yeah, like yeah, I mean,
where is this? What were you gonna say?
Because I was like saying the face is the most important part. It's like, yeah, it's applicable to anybody. And then I was like, butter faces exist. And then I was like, what if the body is also butter? And I was like, that's just a butter girl. And then, a butter person. And then I was like, what does a butter girl look like?
That's a Pillsbury dough girl right there.
Yeah, if there are some girls that are just ugly through and through. There are men too, to be fair.
100%.
I think there's probably more ugly men than women. I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
I'm subjective.
I would argue that you're probably right about that. I also would argue that there's a lot of ugly women, but I think there's also a lot of ugly women that a lot of men would still sleep with.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give everybody a fair shot, but I do think we're in a golden age of big ladies. The big girl has really had a like for
having her moment.
Societally, we were like, get in your kitchen, and then we're like you have to be a baker or a maid. And
then everybody saw that girl from This Is Us and was like, damn, she's pretty kind of hot.
The girl from This Is Us? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm saying we're in a golden age of big girls. It's good. It's good.
You miss. This is Allie, which is Darcy's girlfriend off the side.
You came over and did a thing, and I was like, this is good. I think it's good. I think that for a long time, you know what I'm into. And I was saying earlier that when I'm like, oh, she's pretty, I look at who else is sliding into her DMs, and it's just ripped black guys, and I'm like, oh hell, hey fellas, I didn't know it was gonna be all us.
The fellas are coming.
Hey guys,
the fellas are.
You guys
are running.
You want to hang out after this? You don't? Well, all right.
Yeah.
But we're in a golden, like for a long time, I think societally we told girls that, big was not beautiful. And the beauty standard has shifted in the West. And now, the big girl thing is coming around. And the girls are able to feel beautiful, and they're becoming more confident, which is making them more beautiful. They're able to sort of, be like, I'm going to wear this outfit that maybe 30 years ago somebody with my body type would not have worn.
And to the people listening on the podcast, right now, Allie, Darcy's girlfriend, has a sniper aimed at Darcy's head.
She is looking at
She has a sniper aimed at Darcy's head.
I had a funny point, and then I had dagger eyes at me, and my funny point is nullified, and now I'm the mayor of BBWville again.
We have cheese fountains we'll be putting in December.
Big women with cheddar cubes on every corner.
Eating cheddar cheese on the bus, staring at big women.
So I had a great bit, and then my fucking big bitch girlfriend came along.
Okay.
Glared at me.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we're whatever.
I know.
We're good.
You're cool. Yeah, I think you're right though.
Yeah.
Big girls are coming back.
Big girls are having their moment.
Big girls always been
and
here.
Coming up next on the block is going to be
Who do you think?
who's going to have their moment?
Honestly, okay, I think that give it 15, 20 years, a lot of dudes will start
Burping into the microphone.
burping into the mic.
The straightest thing you could do is you just go, here's how it is.
I literally was about to say trans women, and I was like, give it 15 years, trans women, as I fight back vomit. Give it 15 years, trans women. The timing on that was so bad. But I honestly do think trans women in like 15 or 20 years, I feel like a bunch of people are going to be like, you know what? She's pretty bad.
There's going to be a BBW trans woman that's going to come along.
Holy shit!
And
it's
gonna change.
And she's gonna change everything in the Olympics.
She's gonna change.
Olympics. That shot put will never be the same. Those Olympics are gonna go crazy.
Well, yeah, that's a tough one. I do think someone will come along that you're already kind of seeing it with Hunter Schafer.
Hunter Schafer's bad. Dude. Hunter Schafer's bad as hell.
I've had dudes like shamefully profess that they're attracted to her, and it's like, why are you whispering?
Oh, sorry, you're attracted to a fucking model? Someone who is a fucking model?
Yeah, she looks like an elf queen. That's not your
type.
Yeah,
yeah, dog. Say it with your chest.
That is a fun thing. I can say that's not my type because I'm like, give me some meat on them bones.
There you go.
I don't care what gender you are. Well, I do.
Yeah.
I don't care what gender you are because you're going to be a woman when I'm done with you. A mad scientist who is definitely not a transphobe.
It's Darcy bringing a girl back home and just going ha 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 as you stir beakers and you start mixing elixirs as this handsome man's in front of you and you go drink this.
That is
what is it? It's estrogen.
That is a kink. Gender bender stuff.
What exactly? Explain.
It's like turning guys into girls. That's a thing.
Gender bender.
Gender bender.
So is it like you, like legitimately, like transition?
Essentially, yeah. I think the people that are into it are probably like
trans at that point, right?
At some level.
Yeah.
So it was always very funny.
Or is it just you like force a dude to wear like women's underwear?
Yeah, that's cross dressing.
Okay.
Which is also its own thing.
Which feels like it's. Never mind. Never mind. As we have a series about to come out. Never mind. I'm not gonna weigh in on that. Never mind. Which feels kind of trans.
That's a thing. Yeah, it's like a gunpoint. Who knows?
Yeah. I think if a girl, I'll be real with you. I think if a girl was bad enough and she's like, "I'll sleep with you, but you have to put a thong on," I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Oh, dude, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck." Yeah, sure.
As a dude, if I really want something. I eat the coochie. I'll do it. I don't care.
Don't tell anyone about this.
Yeah,
man, cut this off.
Don't
man,
tell anybody.
Don't bring it up until the jack off hour. But yeah, I'll eat a coochie.
I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
If a chick was like, put this on, otherwise I won't. But I'm stubborn and difficult. So it's like. Yeah, my girlfriend laughing again. There's only so much.
It's Allie trying to peg you, and you going, "No, you're gonna have to catch me first."
There's only so much that
you're
I
gonna have to
put
catch
up
me
with.
down.
As a guy, I'm just as a human being. I'm kind of stubborn.
Yeah.
So if a girl's like, "Don't you want this?" I'm like, "Not really." I ate a lot at dinner. I'm fine.
Don't you? And you go, "Nah, not really."
I could. Yeah. There was a weird in my early 20s. I saw a lot of dudes simping. In a way that weirdly affected me, and I was like, never be a simp. And now I have that weird thing in my head where the moment I feel a girl try to manipulate me, even if it's a partner whom I love, I'm like, get your little claws out of my head, I feel like I would resist a psychic well.
Yes, truly. You have the Magneto's helmet for women.
Yeah.
You truly have
Somebody would get in my head, and I'd be like,
yeah,
be able to
why can't I read you?
Yeah, I would have that.
You go, you don't know what I have.
You just encountered the most stubborn fucker around. Sup, fucker.
Sup, fuckers.
Like in Scanners when the dude's head explodes.
Truly, the water. She tries getting you, and the pig's head blows up. Yeah,
That's
dude.
what I would do. That's what I do when a woman tries to manipulate me. I explode her head.
That's crazy. See, I just let them manipulate me and then abruptly dump them months later.
Yeah.
I think that's more fun.
You go, I got what I want. I got what I want out of you.
What the fuck, dude?
I got what I want.
You thought I was being manipulated the whole time. I was actually manipulating you.
It was you who were trolled.
It was you.
After
It
they've
was
been
you.
squeezed out like a tube of toothpaste. You're
After
like, I
they
got what
have.
I need.
Okay, all right.
I got what I
Jesus
need.
Christ.
Consider yourself disposed of.
Consider yourself busted. Myth busted.
That would be a great thing to say as you come. Busted.
Myth busted.
And she'd go, are you thinking about Mythbusters? You go, Carrie Byron.
That was
Mythbusted.
redhead so hot.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Coming out of this audition, I'm just a changed man, dude. I'm just changed. That legit hurt.
It shook you so much.
That shook me more than I would like to admit. Also, to just look around at a room of people so fucking disengaged and so disinterested. They won't watch you. They'll watch the screen it's on and just be like, whatever, dude. I don't care. And I also want to grab all of them and be like, this isn't my dream, right?
Yeah.
Like, anytime I'm in that setting, I want to be like, I don't really give a fuck about this. This is something for money. This is not my dream. My dream is not to be in a Ubisoft video game. I don't really give that much of a shit.
What was it for?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be kind of sick.
That actually would be kind of cool. Red Steel 2. Do you remember Red Steel?
Yeah.
The game on the Wii?
Yeah.
There was the gun hand and there was the sword hand.
Yeah.
Fucking ripped.
That was a good one.
I loved that fucking
You'd want to
game.
be in that one?
I just loved that game as a kid so much.
If I was going to be an actor, I mean, I say this as we are in a thing, but if I was going to be an actor, I would want to do like a Ridley Scott historical epic.
That'd be sick.
Where I just get to be a guy being like, they're over the wall, and then like an arrow hits me in the head and I'm dead.
Fuck yeah.
That's all I'd want. That would be the coolest.
Actually, kind of funny because if I were to be an actor, I would kind of want to be in a comedy horror sci-fi series that's releasing on October 1st.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
That's actually kind of interesting because that's what I would want to be in.
That actually sounds like something I'd like to be a part of.
That
too.
seems like something that I would love to have a few seasons of.
That seems like something that I would, if I were to be a part of it, as long as it's made by like a creative tour de force.
Yes.
I wouldn't be in that if it was just anybody making it. It'd have to be somebody really special and creative.
Somebody special and creative who believes in us enough to bring us the script and say, hey, can you guys just like help me change out some of these things? And then look at the script and go, this is actually pretty good, and I'm kind of excited for this.
Very little we could contribute to this.
There's very little we're changing in this, and yet you're being very generous with your writing credit.
That would probably be
that would probably be the best. Yeah, once again, she's probably listening to this, so very thankful. Fucking rips.
There's no way she's listening to this.
If she is, we're gonna get a call that's like, all that trans stuff, pull it. All that
That's
stuff
true.
about big women, pull it.
I hope that it's nuanced enough.
Oh, I think we're fine.
I hope that no one finds. If you take offense to this, you can send us a message, and we'll personally apologize.
Yep.
We have 3 listeners.
If it's okay, so if you find this and you find you are upset, we want you to hit up the Instagram handle at Real Exciting. its name is Amar Singh, and we want you to hit him up and really just let him know how much this has affected you.
Unlike most podcasts, we do have a complaint department.
And its name is Amar
Real
Singh.
Exciting.
Real Exciting.
And
you know, he's out working a real job currently.
But he will respond if you use a lot of expletives. Really let him have it, and really channel any offense that you've had towards him, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
And I think it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be cool, great.
It's gonna be okay, cool, great.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Superman saying I have Superman's powers feels too generic because it's way too overpowered.
Superman is him. He is the main character.
Yeah, I mean the Flash is pretty cool.
Why you're such a DC guy?
Speedster's pretty sick.
I always thought those were lame.
I think Speedster's so overpowered. I think it
are so
fucking
lame.
rips, dude.
Speedster's
good. I think time control.
That one is kind of OP, kind of cool. I like the one from Dragon Ball Z. Have we talked about this on the podcast?
No, we've never talked about.
I talk about this character a lot. Now I can't stop burping.
See? Now you're gagging.
Here's
the thing about Piccolo.
Here's the thing about Pickleball.
What's the character from Dragon Ball Z?
Who's that dude? He was in the Frieza saga when they got the planet Namek, but he could stop time for as long as he could hold his breath.
That's a good one.
It's great power.
That
great
is
limitation, great ability.
Yeah, that's like a stand power right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Did you ever watch Hunter x Hunter?
No, dude.
Okay.
I did. No, I did.
The one guy who can go fully invisible, and he's like, I'm completely. No one with Nen can sense me if I'm holding my breath.
Yeah.
Very good power.
Great power.
Great power.
Great power.
Way too long of an arc.
Yeah, that's Hunter. There's too much Hunter x Hunter. I was like, I don't have time for this.
Mm-hmm. I've forgotten everything from it. I'll like be
because you're not even really watching it. You're just like
I'll watch it. But you consume it at such a quick rate.
Exactly.
It's same with The Bear. I watched like 2 seasons of The Bear, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
I bailed on The Bear. I watched season 1, then I didn't watch any more of it.
I watched season 1, season 2 finished, and I watched it, and now everyone's like, season 3, you got to do season 3 and 4, and I'm like, I've heard nothing but bad things.
I also don't care anymore.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit either.
I got all in on Succession. It was the perfect show.
Ran perfect, man. 4
I love
seasons.
the ending. Yeah, I think about it all the time.
Still haven't finished it.
Wow, you
Dude,
don't know who wins.
Don't tell me. I'm 2 episodes into the final, and I remember being like, this is sick, and then I just never picked it back up.
Dude, yeah, the final season's great.
Because the season 3 ending is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
When he just rips up the paper at the end and then walks off, I was like, hold,
I
Kendall.
have you beat.
Kendall, you fucked son of a bitch.
That is the ultimate power fantasy, is to be Logan Roy.
Yeah. Wait, no, sorry. I'm getting season 3 twisted. Is season 2 the one where Kendall turns on him? The ending of season 2?
Season 2 is where he testifies against them.
Yes, and that's where he goes up. Sorry, I'm confusing it with the end of season 2. Season 3 is where he summons them all in and they realize Tom betrayed him, right?
Yeah.
Dude, love Tom.
You are spoiling it for people.
Yeah. They're going to hear this, and if they watch it, they'll forget all of
We
it.
should bleep this whole part.
No.
Huh? Yeah. No, Succession's like my perfect show.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I listen to the theme song all the time. I listen to the theme song when I send emails to get rejected at comedy clubs.
Oh, I see.
Interesting.
So interesting that you declined.
When I bend you over and fuck you in business, we'll see what happens. I send an email saying, I would love to open at your club. And then they say, hi, we're actually not looking right now. Or they just ignore me completely. And then after a month goes by, I go, I'm going to use your bones to make my bread.
I feel you. I truly love a club going, hey, man, we'd love to have you on. I go, yeah, I'd love to. And they go, anyway, so we want you to do 10 minutes. And I go, I'll kill you.
We'd love to have you on. 7 minutes, it pays $2.
Pays $5. I go, I'm not going to do that. That's
I'm not
dumb.
doing that.
I'm kind of mad, actually.
You're in a different province, and you want to pay me $25.
Motherfucker, no.
And then they go, well, the headliner requested you. And I look at who the headliner is, and it's like you. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. It's it's like Jerry Chero, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? They're like, Jerry Chero said that you came by suggestion. I'm like, by fucking who? And they'll be like, oh, Chris Adams hit you up. I'm like, who the fuck is Chris Adams? And I'll look up, it'll be like some dude who's almost dead that I opened for when I was 19, told him about me now, and you're like, yeah, you pay him $5 and give him a beer, he'll do it.
He'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb, dude.
Speaking of, you said that Matt Rife came about. It was actually a dog.
Oh, bro, I gotta backtrack on all that.
I know, slandered him on the last.
I kind of slandered him on it. He came the fuck around. He's erase everything that I said. He is the motherfucking man.
Yeah,
he's the man.
In the time between the last episode and this episode,
which is like 3 hours. I have changed for the audition.
Matt Rife
like 3 hours. 100% the man. He tipped out the whole staff.
That's sick.
Whole staff at the comedy club after going super long.
He must be a fan of the pod.
He must be listening. He must be an active listener.
That's sick.
He did that, which was fucking sick. I got another text saying some stuff that I can't disclose, but is cool. It makes me like him more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it sound more cool than what it is.
You said he's under 6 feet. That's huge. Tall guys at home, we have a chance.
Yeah, dog.
We have a shot.
It's nice to see. It is truly nice to see. Nice to leave some girls on red, too.
Oh, right, yeah, your gals that were like, hey, I thought you were opening for Matt Rife.
Nice to leave some people on red.
Hi, I'm a ghoul from your past. Can I get something from you?
Why, hello.
Oh.
I'm somebody you matched with at 2 a.m. when you were really horny.
Hi, we have no connection whatsoever, but I have the audacity to ask for something from you.
Please.
Give me something.
Yeah, no, he came around, tipped out all the staff a ton of money. He's a mensch. Changed my tune. Changed my damn tune. Changed my goddamn tune. Now I gotta go to our other mensch. We gotta go to our boy Jacob Balshin at the Rio Theater tonight.
The B-Man.
The B-Man.
The Ball Son.
Balls and sun.
Balls
I'm
and
the
sun.
sun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it should be fun.
It'll be great. Hope he does great.
It shall be fun. I'm excited for it, man. Man, what else? Hey, what else has been happening with you, dude? Yo, did you see about that Blackstone or BlackRock lady getting killed? The CEO? Not the CEO, but she's like an executive director of it.
Yeah, dude. Don't talk about it.
What? We can't talk about 4 people getting gunned down in New York City?
Yeah, I did see that.
Do you know more about this? I quickly saw the headline this morning on New York Times, and I was like, fucking what?
Yeah, the shooter came in and killed a bunch of people. One of them was a cop
What?
in the line of duty.
We love cops. Oh, no. He killed a cop? Oh.
I don't know. Is that a stance we're gonna take?
He got one of our
Is this a Blue Lives Matter?
he got one of our boys in blue. Oh, that's too bad.
If we get a studio and we start decorating it, could there just be NYPD stuff all over the place?
I think it is a funny stance to have.
This is a pro cop podcast.
Me and my stand-up comedian buddy, we run a pro cop podcast.
I don't. Whatever.
We love cops on this podcast.
if you tell us you're a cop, we're gonna kiss you on the cheek. That's what we're gonna do.
We run a live podcast and we go, cops get in for free. And we keep calling the police.
Anytime a police officer pulls you over and then they go, get out of the car, sir, you go, okay, and you get out of the car and you go,
You call 911 and they go, sir, is there an emergency? And you go, what are you doing? And you go, what is it, sir? What are you wearing?
you pull your phone, you go, officer, I'm gonna need your badge number and your name.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I was going really fast.
Officer McGinty, I was trying to speed to get away from my feelings for you.
I'm out here swerving to try. Actually, I was leaving the club last night.
Goodbye, darling.
I was leaving the club last night, and as I was leaving the club, there was this guy sitting on the bench talking to this incredibly pretty female cop, like Miss Officer level good looks. She's this blonde girl. She's like probably 5'9", and she's like, well, no, don't tell. And it was funny to see a female cop kind of argue like a girl, where she is a cop, but she was like, well, no, don't tell me that you said that, because you didn't say that. You said you were going to get in your car, and you said you were going to drive. You said that. You said you were going to drive. So why wouldn't I think that you were? And then this dude just like was having so much of it that he was just like, oh no, I wasn't. I would just take my car like right there. And she goes, so now you're admitting that you would drive? And he just went, shh. And she went, don't fucking shush me. Do not fuck. And he went, oh yeah, my bad. There was like a moment where he forgot that she was a cop.
Yeah, and he just was getting yelled at by a girlfriend.
He was just getting.
Was
She
like,
had. It was
"Stop."
crazy to watch her yell at him with like girlfriend tone, and
Yeah.
then pop into like cop mode. And I was like, oh damn, that girl is fierce.
Okay.
What the hell are you doing over there, man? You better get out of there. Yeah, dude, I got you. I'm doubled up on these mics now. Better watch yourself, McCoy. Yeah, she had such a bizarre energy. It was really because I've been pulled over by a female officer before, and it was at no point was I like, oh, hey, and the girl pulled me over. Was a good-looking female officer.
Yeah.
And I was like, all cops are bastards, except you. A-cab, all cops, especially you, are beautiful.
All cops are beautiful.
But it was just such a weird tone to hear her talking to this guy. And also this guy was like not drunk driving, but said he was going to.
Yeah.
It was so it was so awesome to
Do
watch.
you have this? Because I have this anytime I'm interacting with a cop, even positive or negative. Try to make them laugh.
all the
Try
time.
to get a laugh. Because the moment they laugh, I'm
Yep.
like, I'm not going to get it that much trouble.
I hit him with one of these. Oh, what do you got there? I go, oh, we got a little spot there.
I've had
reach for your gun.
just a few points. Like, I just need to see some identification. Or I'm just like, yeah, drop my porn card or something, and just try to make them laugh. Usually, if the guy interacting with you is a dick, but there's always a young guy because they always come in twos because
Yeah.
there's a team.
Always a rookie and always a senior.
Always cracking them rookies.
Rookies are always, dude. I had a guy
Rookies are
who-
always dogs.
probably like same age as me, pull me over for a road check or just like a drunk driving check when I was driving home from one of the comedy clubs at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And he's like, so what are you out driving for? And I was like, oh, I just like wrapped up at work. And he's like, you're working at this time? And I'm like, yeah, I'm like a comedian. I was coming from this club. And he was like, oh, are you a comedian? I was like, yeah, I'm a comedian. And he was like, oh shit, like what? Like, are you famous? Like, would I know you? And I'm like, dude, I'm driving a Toyota Corolla. And then, like, that actually got him. He was just like, yeah.
All right, you're sick.
And he's like, are you, like, on anything? I'm like, dog, you can follow me on Instagram. And then he was like, no, you can go. Like immediately was like, go. I don't want to fucking follow you. Just go.
That is great. That is a get out of jail.
We
free card.
legit should start telling all cops when they pull you over. Go.
Call me on
Do you have
Instagram."
any ID? No, but pull up my Instagram.
Start
actually."
trying to network cops.
Yeah. Why don't you pull up my Instagram? I actually have a really cool pilot that I've been trying to pitch.
Actually, do you know anyone in the industry?
Why don't you? No.
That cop is listening to this podcast right now.
Yeah.
Single tear going down his cheek.
He goes, I remember.
I did follow you.
He asked me. He went, "Are you famous?" And I went, "Not yet."
I actually think I'm gonna be one day.
No, if things keep going as well as they have been. Yeah, dude, making a cop laugh is insane. Yeah, when I was in
Cop pulling you over and you're like, man, this is not amazeballs.
when I was in grade 10, I remember I was walking with my friend Emilio, and we were like joking around and like jumping up and down and just having fun. And this cop like pulled us over, basically for being angry that we were having fun, and it was also late at night, and we were like 14 or something.
Yeah.
And I remember he called me a fucking retard. And I remember like sitting there and being like, I don't think he's allowed to say that. And this is like grade 10, like probably 2012, 2013.
Ossifer, can I have your badge number?
Yeah, it was like a situation where I was like, I really don't think a cop is allowed. The spread the word to end the word had happened and everything. So it was wild when he's like, we got you out in the road jumping up and down like a fucking retard. And I was just like, whoa, really don't think this guy can say that.
Yeah, we had a beach fire when I was in high school. Just a bunch of like hippies
Nice.
and me. I grew up doing stuff like that.
That's sick.
I'm
That
from the
actually is
woods.
fun.
Yeah, kids were playing acoustic guitar.
Love it.
We had a 28 pack of beer. All of us
Nice.
were underage. It was a perfectly nice time. And then there was like a mansion next to the beach that was clearly like a bunch of boomers having like a wine party. And then there was a noise complaint about us. And then the cops came, and then the cop just like there's just like a bunch of teenagers sitting on the beach playing acoustic guitar, and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be honest, guys. This looks really wholesome." And he just was like, "You guys seem fine. They're obviously the noise complaint. I don't know why someone's mad at you guys." He was like, "Just clean up and like don't do it, and we'll be fine." We're like, "Thanks, man." And then that night, somebody got so drunk they crashed their car on the way home. I felt so bad for that cop putting trust in us. Like,
Also, the cop pulling him over and, dude.
yeah, like I trusted
What the fuck,
you.
man?
I trusted you, man. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a cop around where I grew up, and he would catch kids smoking weed, and he was such a fucking asshole. His name was Officer Yang. He would purposely put them in handcuffs and be like, "You're done. You're done after this. Possession? Oh, you're done. Were you going to go to college? Well, say goodbye to that college."
Kind of rules.
Like, he was such a dick. There was one kid I know who the first time he ever tried smoking weed, the first time he ever smoked weed, he was like 14, and immediately a cop pulled up, pulled them over, went through their bags without really any grounds, and was like, "Oh, you have weed here." So he's high for the first time and is in handcuffs.
That's crazy.
Fucking
Officer Yang
crazy.
just putting a gun to the back of his head,
Fuck,
like, this is what you've done to
legit-
your future.
Legit fucking crazy.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Shout out Officer Yang.
Yeah, he was nuts, dude. I remember people were like, "Oh, this guy sucks."
I knew a kid named, well, I don't want to say his name because I think he's actually doing really well now. He invested in crypto young.
Dang.
He told me about crypto when we were in high school.
Dang.
He was like, "It's called Bitcoin." And I was like, okay.
Sure.
Looking
Yeah,
back.
and they call you a...
Yeah, it's called Bitcoin. I was like, it's called pussy. Try it sometime. But yeah, he was like trying to be a really nice dude. Yeah, I think he's doing really well. He was very smart. So he moved out in high school from his parents' place. I don't know. He just was like smarter than everybody. Like he like worked at a grocery store when he was like 15, and then just was like moved in with a bunch of people. Just kind of a maverick. I think he just, and his dad was a cop, so I think his dad was like a lot of authority, and he just was like, I need to do my own thing. I think he like works for aerospace or something now. I think he's doing really well.
Damn.
Yeah, really, he was one of those dudes that always was like smart in a way that he was like, school is bullshit.
Yeah, and the boys up.
Yeah. But he like moved into a flop house, and the cops raided his house because one of his neighbors was a drug dealer, and like his dad was like a responding officer.
Oh, damn.
So his dad just like came in and was like, "What are you doing here, kiddo?"
Oh,
and he's
buddy.
just like,
Dad,
Dad, leave me alone."
Dad, piss off.
Because his roommate was like a drug dealer.
Brother.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
He was the type of dude that you're just like, he was like, "Oh, this is Ritalin, and I use it to code better." Like, he was one of those guys.
Yeah.
He was like the kid on Suits,
Gotcha.
you know, where it was
Yeah.
like, you're like a genius. Why are you using this to like cheat?
And only the most insufferable people in your life watched him.
Me? I was like the only one that kept tabs on him. Where I was like,
Fair.
this dude is really smart, and people were like, he's kind of weird to talk to, and I was like, he's really
smart.
sharp.
He's
Yeah,
a good
like,
hang.
He doesn't seem to miss anything.
Yeah.
But he and I were in disabled classes together. we were in R-word classes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess cop said it. I could say we were in fucking retard class. But because I was there because I was retarded, and he was there because he didn't do any schoolwork because he was like gifted.
Yeah.
And then I was like, the Roman Empire did what? And he was like so much smarter than everyone.
It is very fun to see, and I know this has been really stomped on topic, but how terribly gifted kids are doing now. Every kid that I knew who was
Crazy.
in gifted program through elementary school is not doing well at the
Girlfriend.
moment. No way.
Yeah, she was in gifted classes.
Classic.
Because it gives them like a false sense of like.
Oh yeah, it gives them this weird thing of like, I am special.
Yeah, like it's you just tell some kids that they're stupid and other kids that they're ahead of the curve, and then kids in the middle seem to be the ones that do the best.
Truly.
Like the kids that I was in all the retard classes the whole time, and everybody was like, you're missing stuff that everyone else has. And I was like, I guess I'm broken. And then I run into kids that are gifted, and they're like, yeah, I dropped out of college. And,
Yeah.
you know.
They never learn the work ethic.
Yeah, and it is true. Yeah, when you kind of are told, like, hey, you're just going to work harder than everybody else to get half as far. You can either just be like, well, I guess I'll give up, or you can be like, I'm a furnace of ambition. But, like, yeah. It is tough to see, but also as a kid that was in retard
Very
classes,
funny.
so satisfying.
Very
Yeah.
funny to see, and also very funny to see all of them be like, ha, I'm not doing too well. Everyone said that I was going to be the next president, and now I'm actually just a teacher. And I'm like, you're doing fine, man. You're
doing great.
totally fine.
Nothing
You're a
wrong with being a
teacher.
teacher.
Sorry, you didn't live up to the expectations that for some reason they put on you when you were 10.
Yeah.
10 years old.
Maybe if you had no options, you would have pursued a career in entertainment like us. Maybe if everybody told you that you were stupid and there was no way that you were ever going to be anything, you would have gone, I guess I'm going for the long shot. Hail Mary it is.
Here we go. Dude, just looking around the audition room today, it was crazy to just look at all these guys and be like, damn, you're all like fucking losers. Where it was like wild to look around and be like, legit, every one of us is unsuccessful in this.
Oh, yeah.
Where I'm like, at least I have stand-up and that's going okay. For them, I was like, God damn, this must suck. Like, how horrible I felt after the audition. I was like, you fucking took off work to feel that.
Yeah.
You took off work to feel like an absolute bum. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Acting is so much more of a long shot to me.
Truly.
Because you're just walking to a wall of rejection. You're like,
Yeah.
hopefully I have a hole.
They
It's
get,
like-
dude, they get so angry too, and they're like, so what about this? And I go, I'm actually not that good at it. I'm just kind of doing this for extra money. And they're like, what? What do you mean? I'm like, yeah, just like, I don't really have anything to do during the day. I just do stand-up at night. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, why not? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's good. No, that's cool. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's the same as when, like, we meet comedians who are like, I'm actually an actor, and I just do this on the side. Besides the one that we like, we're all just like, dude, fuck off.
I do like some, but yeah, it is annoying when you're out
Yeah.
of the spot. And then someone who's clearly like an actor improviser is just like, I'm just doing spots. And then for their spot, they just like ramble incoherently and clearly don't have a set list. And you're like, that could have gone to somebody like trying to get their JFL set together.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thanks for telling us about what you ate today at the store.
Thanks for telling us your Seinfeld bit about coffee.
Wow. Wow. Thanks
Good
for,
riff.
Thanks for rambling about your relationship.
Yeah, just complete bums looking around.
What's your favorite Miley Cyrus song?
The Climb.
I don't know that.
It's the climb.
The Clam?
So the climb is a song that used to be played specifically for in like 2007 and 2008 to 2009 during graduations. People thought it was going to be like a graduation song because it's about moving forward, the climb, the next stage of life. And everyone was like, I guess this is just like time of your life, good riddance, and the as we go on song. I guess this is the next one, and then it just never picked up.
I've never heard that song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you watch graduation tape from like 2009, like when I was graduating from elementary school, you'll watch it and be like, the fuck is that shit song playing in the background?
I hate school assembly graduation music so fucking much.
I want to start dressing like I'm graduating from school assembly. I think it would be so funny to go to a wedding and I just have dress shirt on, not tucked in, jeans, Jordans. I think that'd be so hair gelled straight up. hair just gelled straight up, like holding hands with a 6-year-old. I think that's the funniest way that I could enter a wedding.
I do. I would love just like the Liberty spikes, like gelled hair back. If I had any, that's what I would do.
Gel your sides.
I also think that like late '90s, early 2000s comedian headshots is so funny.
Oh, dude! Anytime
Frosted tips, the guy like.
anytime I go to some of the clubs, and it'll be someone just hitting a face where they're like,
Yeah.
it's such an overly exaggerated face that's fucking crazy.
Pre-internet, that's how they got noticed. So they were like, I got to make a headshot as crazy as possible.
I like when they have props in them. Like sometimes they'll have my personal favorite is sometimes they'll have a telephone and it's wired. They'll have like a wired telephone and be like, huh?
What's that? My punchline? Or the Sebastian Maniscalco, like, where they're like, can you believe what's going on with all the stuff?
Yeah.
And they're like, what?
Dude, anytime I walk through a comedy club and I see those headshots, which also I will say, none of them have ever hanged mine. Anytime I've ever played any of these clubs, they'll be like, yeah, we'll throw you up on the wall.
Do you have glossy headshots?
No, I have the same one that I use it's like an action shot that was taken at the old Mawton. And I'm like, oh, that's not bad, but it's also a Dutch angle.
Yeah.
And people are like, can we see like an action shot of stand-up? I'm like, there you go. And they're like, cool, we're not going to use it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I have the one where I look like I'm suppressing a shit or shitting myself, and I give them one normal one and one funny one, and they always use the normal one, which is just such a good indicator if it's going to be a fun show or not.
Fair.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you're tired.
No, I'm just, I had an early morning, man. Had to get up at 8.
We should do, I was thinking of, yeah, it's true.
You had to get up at 8, really early morning.
A headshot of just my ass in the bottom of the frame, and then you spreading my cheeks, and then you have a bib on, and you're like,
I would love one of us standing 69, but it's just my legs in a V and you holding me there like that. Going, oh, I don't want to. Maybe me going like this. Plugging my nose as I'm about to dine out.
We should get like 600 glossy headshots and just start giving them to people randomly. Just a pizza place where you're like, hey, there you go.
I find that so funny when comedians give out cards now, too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, guys, just direct them to your fucking TikTok or Instagram. Something. You don't need to give them cards, guys.
At one point, I had a wallet full of cards that just said writer, headliner. And I was like, when am I ever going to use this?
Such a funny one, though.
Yeah.
Pronouns, headliner. That's what the fuck is up, man.
That's what is up.
Nice. This will be fun.
You keep checking your phone.
No, it's because I'm scared. The show starts at 7.
Oh.
And I know Mr. Balshin is going to be panicked if I'm not there by like 6:30. So I keep looking at my phone being like, oh, fuck. Okay. Where are we at for time? Oh, we're good. We'll do like another. Yeah, man, we'll do like another 10.
Another 10?
What do you think about that?
I think you have to introduce the riffs now.
What do you mean? All I've been doing is introducing riffs.
No, I do topics, you riff. That's our dynamic.
What the fuck are you talking about? God, oh fuck, we need Elmer back. God damn it.
What are you talking about?
God, next week will be much better. Actually, this is a good episode. I don't fucking care.
I'm quite offended at what you're. Yeah, what are you talking about?
I like that you're offended on this one. There's been so many episodes in the past where you just are like, "This is a bad episode." It's just like, bro, we're flying. What do you mean?
I'm putting in the work. It's about
I'm
hours.
Power. I'm staying hungry and I'm devouring.
I'm devouring.
Yeah, do you know apparently he pisses in bottles while he works out?
I have heard that.
I would love to try that at Anytime Fitness.
The Rock?
The Rock's piss?
The Rock's piss?
To try the Rock's piss? I think you could sell the Rock's piss and it would turn a huge profit. Yeah. Holy shit.
What if you did a Mixie Dixie of Belle Delphine's bathwater and the Rock's piss?
Okay, who's Belle Delphine?
She's like the #1 person on OnlyFans.
Oh,
she sells her bathwater.
Is she the one whose bathwater was giving people chlamydia?
I hope so. I haven't heard anything about it, but I hope that that's a thing.
Did I talk about the chlamydia thing that I had?
No. Did you got the clap?
I didn't get the clap. I slept with a girl a long time ago, and she hit me up like probably a month ago being like, hey, just so you know, I have chlamydia, so you should probably get yourself tested / treated. And I was like, it's fine. Like, it's fine to tell me, and like I would never blame someone for giving an STI
That's
or whatnot.
It's a responsible thing to do.
It's a very responsible thing to do. I don't like the / treated because that feels very accusatory if you gave it to me. But I also was like, okay, I wore condoms the entire time. This happened a very long time ago, and I also don't have any symptoms. Thanks for letting me know. And then I went to the doctor, and she seemed pissed off that I went. She was like, do you have any symptoms? And I was like, no.
Oh, she's accusing you of giving her chlamydia?
The doctor? The doctor's like, you came in here, you gave me fucking chlamydia. The doctor's holding my piss sample. And he's like, what the fuck?
I went to the doctor. Fuck the shit out of the doctor.
Fuck the shit out of her. And
You knew what this was.
Fuck the shit out of my big doctor. Just really gave
their
it to my
time.
doctor, who's a big old girl.
It's their time.
Just a big girl.
Was she beautiful?
She's big. she's got one of the
She's
bees.
big. She's a woman.
She's got one of the bees. Did I
One of
tell
the
you
bees.
she found out I was she was asking what my job was, and I was like, oh, I'm a comedian. And she was like, oh my God. And she was like, what are you on? What do you do this? And then she followed me on YouTube and TikTok.
Aw.
And before she left, she was like, I hate Bill Burr. I hate this guy. And I was like, you're probably not going to like my comedy. And we were having fun and riffing back and forth. And then the next time I saw her, she was like, hi. And I was like, oh, you've watched some clips.
Yeah.
You've watched some clips and you see me differently now.
Yeah.
You've seen me talk about BWs.
Big woman.
Big women.
Big women. Would you say there might be an SS in front of that? Is she an SS, BB Dubs?
Now tell me, what does an SS stand for?
Supersize.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So she's an SSBW.
She's an SSBW. Like, when she asked to see my crotch,
She looked hungry.
she licked her lips. She licked her lips, and then when she asked to see it, she stood up from her chair and moved over, and she was out of breath. Or maybe she was really turned on. Either way, she was panting.
Yeah.
No, she was very respectful. I don't want to fucking get my doctor in trouble. Super respectful. She was totally fine. But she seemed pissed off that I was there. She was like, do you have symptoms? And I was
Yeah.
like, no. And she's like, well, is it burning? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, how long ago did you sleep with her? And I was like, this long. She's like, did you wear a condom? And I was like, yes. And she's like, well, then you're a little fucking idiot. And she flicked the head of my penis.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
So here's the thing where you went wrong. So you know how you're supposed to bring your teacher an apple?
Mhm.
When you go to your doctor for symptoms, you're supposed to bring them a big old can of beans. So next time you go,
For her, I think it's going to be a couple. For her, she's going to, I brought you some pork and beans just for you.
walk in, put a big old can of beans on there, and go, some legumes for the lady.
I go, I brought you some urine, and I also brought you your beans. And she goes like this, eats a bunch of the beans, and then she sips my urine.
And then she goes, blah, 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 blah.
And she goes, oh, no, yeah, you don't have chlamydia.
You
You're
don't-
fine. She's like, I can feel it in my throat. You do have syphilis, though.
You don't have chlamydia, but thanks for the medley.
Yeah, so I got to go get some blood taken just to be safe.
Right? Get some. Oh, you're going back?
Well, she also was like, oh, we need to do this. My family has, like, high blood pressure or whatever. So she was
Right.
like, okay, I want to get you tested for your blood pressure and do this. So sometime around August, I have to go back and do all the testing.
Are you going to go back with gelled up hair?
I'm going back in there like it's picture day.
Yeah.
I'm going in there picture day, toddler at picture day style. And just going, let's do that. I think I may have talked about this on the podcast, but there was a kid in my elementary school named Manolo during picture day. And they always used to make you do that dumb pose where you put one thumb in your jean and you sit really weird and awkwardly.
Yeah.
They're now like memes online. People will be like, aren't these photos hilarious from like 2006?
Yeah.
And I remember this kid named Manolo, and he's like, no, put your thumb in there. And he goes, no, I'm not going to do that. He goes, well, put your thumb and go like this. And he goes, no, it looks stupid. That looks stupid. I'm not going to do that. I look stupid. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I look stupid. And I was like, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Like, as a child, I thought that if a parent was like, come with me, and I'm going to need you to shoot that guy in the head, I'd be like, I guess I have to. An adult said so.
Well, because you came from a world where if you didn't do things, your parents screamed at you and there were consequences.
Not for Manolo.
Not from Manolo.
Yeah.
Manolo came from a world where you could do whatever you want.
Mexico.
Manolo came from a lawless wasteland.
Manolo came from Chihuahua. He came from a crazy-ass spot in Mexico, and he was ready to rumble.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The idea of just telling an adult, no, I'm not doing that, that's stupid,
Fucking
did
crazy.
not occur to me until I came to high school.
Yeah.
Middle school, I started to really develop issues with authority. Because that's when I realized that I was like, a lot of these teachers are really stupid. And then by high school, I was actively like, no, brother.
Fair.
And it was pretty good. By high school, I was essentially this guy.
What was the biggest fight you got in with the teacher?
Ooh, there were a few. I read a Calvin and Hobbes cartoon when I was very young that I would quote at people, and that was the first time I saw a teacher completely sputter. Grade 7. Because I barely graduated elementary school, which is crazy to say. Elementary school, they were like, there's some issues with this kid. I was already in retard classes by grade 4.
Yeah.
And then by grade 7, I did 1 year of I didn't finish grade 7. And then I got kicked out. And then by grade 7, I came in, and there was a teacher and then my parents, even by then, were just like, I don't know what's going on with this kid. And then, there was a teacher that she was getting, I was talking in class, because I was a class clown. And then I remember what she said, but she was like, she made a joke about going, like, she was like, oh, single. You can believe it, I'm single. And she had kind of been a cunt to me earlier. And I was like, oh, really? In the back of the class, huge pop.
Oh, brother.
And she got so red and got very just like, you can't talk to me like that. And then I was like, okay. And then she screamed at me, but I knew I'd won, and she knew that I'd won. So after that, it was like, she hated my guts.
Oh, damn.
So she was, anything I did, she was just on my ass.
Yeah.
And I was constantly getting punished for shit I didn't even do. And then, but I also was a terrible student. And then the Calvin and Hobbes quote that I use is she was like being like, you have to do this. And the class was stupid. It was like English class or something. And I was like, you're talking to us like we're morons. Like, I know what we're doing. And then she knew that I wasn't paying attention. So she was kind of, it sounds very biased. She was a single woman in her early 30s.
Okay.
In small town.
You could have just said
Vancouver Island.
She was desperate.
Yeah. Looking back, I'm like, I was just torturing a woman. You know, I'm very sympathetic to teachers now. But at the time, I was like, you're the enemy. And, you're the enemy. You're an authority figure I don't respect. And none of you ever admit when you're wrong. And I was, I had issues. I was like, fuck this. And then, every day, my entire existence was people yelling at me. So I went to school, and then she called on me, knowing that I hadn't paid attention. I didn't know what I was doing. So she went, Darcy, do you want to do this one? And it was like this whole thing. And then I was like, no, I'm good. And then you can't do that. And then she was like, no, I really think you should answer this question. And then I was like, you can present the information, but you can't teach me to care. And then people were like, oh, that's the Calvin and Hobbes quote.
Banger quote.
And I just started throwing that at everybody, because once I got a positive feedback from that, every class I went to, I was like, you present the information, can't teach me to care. And then I got detention for 3 months straight. So I wasn't allowed to go outside anymore.
Damn.
3 months detention. So that's when I was in classes with kids that were like, and I was like,
kids that were chasing their own hands.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And then that was where I was like, all right, this is getting bad. And I'd already been in detention before that. So then I just was in all special needs classes. I got removed from every class. So I had detention for 3 months. And then I remember hearing about this, and I was like, that bitch. Is she wrote my name on and just said, like, detention forever or something? Like, you had, like, marks for how much detention you'd get, and she gave me like 7 in a row. And then the next class that came in, my name was on the chalkboard, and it said Darcy, like, infinite detention. And then somebody went, is he failing? And she went, oh yeah, for sure.
Jesus
And I was
Christ.
like, you bitch. And then every teacher hated me at this point.
Yeah.
Because I was disruptive. And then, it was very obvious that they were like, this kid has no future. And I was like, fuck all of y'all.
Get a grip.
Yeah. yeah, exactly.
Legit.
I was like, run a tighter ship.
Yeah.
What do you want from me? And then I was just in detention forever, and then they stopped letting me into the normal classes. And then 3 months later, they just kicked me out of school.
Jesus Christ, brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then in grade 8, I came in, and then to a different school, different district, all different. And then in that one, they were like, you better not pull this stuff. Because they thought I was going to be like a super disgruntled, like, bring a gun to school kid.
Yeah.
And I just was like, nah, man, I'm just looking
I'm
for
here to riff.
Yeah, straight. I was like, I'm just
I want to have a little fun.
I'm just here to have some fun. And then in that one, I started, I was like making teachers laugh by that time.
Oh, that's perfect.
Because I'd had so much time off and I got so weird when I was in isolation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So then I came back, and then, by that time.
Stronger than ever.
I had a teacher going through a divorce, and I was like, women, am I right? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm relating to adults now.
Fuck yeah.
That was a good time.
That was good. That was good. That was a good Darcy.
Are we ending on that?
Dude, honestly, I do have to go.
Okay, fine.
I got to get going. I'm
That was
sorry.
a bummer note.
No, it was a fun note.